Hello, my beautiful Capricorns. I hope you all are doing amazing. Today I'm going to be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Ready for my Capricorns. So the first card is Take the Lead. So I wonder if this is your energy, Capricorn, where you feel like you need to take the lead, you feel like things have been stagnant for some time. Could be your person waiting for you to take the lead, and this is something you feel, especially if you feel that you were the one who is used to really just taking the lead or solving things or having to be the bigger person. But for others of you, it can be your person, getting some sort of urge here to take the lead, to make some sort of move to that where they are being driven by passion, because I'm being drawn to the fire. So pretty much they're passionate about pursuing either a connection or just speaking to you about something, and they could be trying to figure out the right thing to say, and what necessary steps they need to take forward. For example, if it's towards a commitment, they feel like they have either one chance to do it or they have one chance to get it right, that sort of thing. But I see someone who's very cautious with how you perceive them. So they're very cautious with what they tell you and what they say to you, okay? For some time in this bond, I feel like, or the person you're inquiring about, right, you guys could have felt that you are someone who is taking a lot of the responsibility, whether it made you feel like, this connection is very one-sided, or you just feel like, again, you're the one who has to solve things, or you're the one who always has to be the bigger person. So kind of a tired energy attached here also. But for those of you that are making a decision, as in, whether it is to move forward or whether it is to let go of this energy or let go of this energy because it's not serving you, I see you standing firm in your decision here, okay? It's almost like for some of you, if this bond was at a very stagnant space, it's almost like you feel like you have to do something in order to create change. You're at that point where you're like, okay, well, nothing is going to change if I don't change what I do every day. So whether this is maybe incorporating new habits, letting go of habits that don't serve you. I just see a lot of change taking place here. Okay, guys. I do see with the blue here, it could be symbolic for the throat chakra. So, someone wanting to open up to you, specifically when it comes to collaboration, because that's what number 3s speak about. And I feel like there's a lot of questions pertaining to, maybe why things weren't able to work out in the past, but more specifically, why you guys are not able to work in a team or see eye to eye on particular things. Okay, so I feel like maybe for some of you, it could have definitely been a disagreement. Doesn't have to be the case for all of you. Okay, let's see. Balance, yeah, finding that healthy balance between the both of you. As far as your person's energy goes, I do feel like this is someone who is wanting to either come together or agree on something that maybe is kind of difficult to see eye to eye with you guys. There could be some sort of distance between you guys, okay, or it's just I'm just picking up on some sort of opposing mentalities, or again disagreeing on something, right? Now, as far as balance goes, I do feel like this could be the obstacle at hand. I feel like your person wants to restore balance or create balance between the both of you, but this is something that's very difficult for them to do. For one, I feel like it has a lot to do with mindset. But I feel like what keeps you guys together is the emotions, right? You guys know you feel deeply for each other. So I feel like the emotions are definitely there. But there's things. It could be maybe this person has to make a lifestyle change, right? For example. But there's something here that they feel like is difficult to overcome, some sort of obstacle that they're facing. And they feel like this very obstacle is in the way, right? Of them trying to create balance between the both of you. Okay. This person views you as a very balanced individual, right? You're very intact with your feminine and masculine side. It's also this energy where your person feels like you know exactly when to put your energy somewhere and exactly when to draw it back. Okay, they feel very connected to you at this time, hence why they are trying to make some sort of change here, and they're actively thinking about, hey, how do I overcome the things that feel so hard, right? And so if there is an obstacle when it comes to like I mentioned, balance, your person could be thinking, okay, why is it so difficult, right? So pretty much trying to get to the bottom of it. You know, sometimes when we think about things for too long, they seem a lot more difficult than they are, right? So I feel like in that case, it could be where your person is in this energy of, okay, well, maybe I'm just overcomplicating things in my mind, okay? And when you view this situation, Capricorn, you may feel like that's the case. You may feel like, you know what? This person is overcomplicating things. You know, it could be simplified in one way or another. So main focus is on balance. I feel like this is what you want as well, Capricorn. I mean, of course, it could talk about reciprocating energy, but I also feel like you want to feel understood, right? You want to feel like not only are your efforts being appreciated, you're not the only one putting forth the effort. Like Capricorn, I feel like for some of you, you're tired because you feel like you've been doing a lot, right? And that's the best way for me to explain it, because it's almost like you've been doing a lot and you haven't had assistance with it, and it's almost like some of you may be like, well, I don't want assistance, right? Or maybe this is something you tell yourself. But when it comes to a bond here, you do wish your person would meet you halfway here, right? In a sense of, okay, well, I'm here putting forth the practical effort, but where I lack, or the days that maybe are not my best days, I would like you to meet me halfway. Regardless of whether you're having a bad day or not, a relationship is a two-way street. So, you know, generically speaking, anyone who feels like they are the one continuously fixing things, continuously, trying to hold things together, they're going to get tired, right? So definitely still an exhausted energy here. But, you know, what you guys mainly want, you as well as your person, since that's a mutual energy, is balance, okay? Maybe you guys are speaking to this person, but it's almost like it's not consistent. That's what I see here, and this person is craving more consistency between the both of you. I do feel like your person believes that you guys go together very beautifully, that you guys are able to agree and kind of like blend in together when it comes to the good times. But the differences here might be that, hey, there needs to be more balance. There needs to be more equal give and take here. Okay, Capricorn? All right, let's see. Yeah, opportunity beacon. So we have the 3. Wow, that's very interesting, because 14 reduces to 5, and then this card is the number 4. So we actually have, 3, 4, and 5. So something could be happening in sequence or, consecutively here. But I do feel like there's a lot of opportunities arising for you guys to find balance or restore balance. For some of you, the opportunities are going to be elsewhere, and I'll tell you why. Because we have the moon there, right? So as much as, there's this desire for balance, there's this, desire to get things moving, or, come out of a stagnant space, there's still this energy of hidden emotion. I feel that your person is constantly thinking about how they feel for you, but this is not something they're communicating with you right now. And that's why I said, maybe even if you guys are communicating, it could just be where you feel like not everything is being said. You ever have a conversation with someone and you feel like, okay, but I feel like there's something there that they're not telling me. So this could be a gut feeling as well, because the moon, of course, has a lot to do with intuition, right? Now, deep inside, this person feels like you guys are meant to be. You're meant to be together forever with that infinity sign. This person spends a lot of time alone thinking about you, pondering about the future, right? What does the future hold? What could potentially happen in the future here? Right? For some of you, because your first card talks about taking the lead, it could be that you're taking the lead in order to restore some sort of balance. Even if it's not with this person, it could be within yourself. But as far as number 4, the number 4 goes there, I feel like the opportunity is going to be an opportunity to attain stability. Okay? So, if you're communicating with this person, that's the main thing you're looking for right now, stability, longevity. And if that's not what you're receiving from this person, I feel like you may choose to look at an opportunity elsewhere. It doesn't have to be another person, guys. It could just mean you're moving on, or pouring into your own cup. But I do feel like maybe for some time, as this situation was stagnant, you feel like it affected other areas in your life, which, is not unheard of, right? It's like, even if you feel mentally stuck, that's kind of what's going to occur. It's going to be like a domino effect in other areas of your life, right? So, this is almost like a rush of good things or opportunities happening to you after a period of you feeling like, why is nothing moving? You know, kind of like day by day, everything feels the same, right? So I feel like there's some massive changes coming here. Definitely an opportunity to restore balance. And your person, again, they're trying to create an opportunity here, or take the opportunity that you have given them to say, hey, I want to reciprocate this energy. Let's do this. Let's try this again, or let's try this for the first time, depending on your situation. Okay? Alrighty. So take the lead. By the way, guys, if my messages do resonate with you, I would love it if you would just give me a like and or a comment. It does help me with my channel exposure. So if you guys do, thank you in advance. Alrighty, take the lead. Okay. So your first card here is Ace of Wands, right? So a burst of passion, an urge to not only take the lead, but they're being driven by passion. So we kind of have both of the cards going hand in hand there. I feel like there's this, it's this very strong desire that this person has, right? And it's almost like they feel some sort of fresh start or a new beginning, or again, it's a urge to rekindle something that already exists. It's like a burst of joy. They feel like they can do something. But the thing about the aces in the deck is, even though it's a feeling, it's an opportunity, right? You have to act on it right away. Okay, so if it's not impulse emotion, it's just an opportunity that you have to, respond to right away. It's not something you can kind of just twiddle your thumbs and wait on, right? So I do feel like this could be a fast moving energy, or this could be what's going on in your person's mind, but they need to take action. You may feel like that. You may, especially if you feel connected to this person, you may be thinking, okay, well, I know this person has emotions for me. I know that they want to speak to me, but your question may be, are you actually going to do it? That sort of thing. Or if you guys are already speaking, excuse me, it could be that you want this person to be more expressive and more open with their emotions, since we did touch on the moon there, and you're just wondering, hey, am I just waiting around? Are you actually going to do so? That sort of thing. So pretty much I see an opportunity here that someone needs to act on, fairly quickly. Okay. Some of you may be involved with the Cancerian, but it seems that either things came to a stop because of the lack of balance here, okay? Or you feel that things have just been very stagnant for some time. It's almost like wanting progress and maybe even taking small necessary steps towards it, but you feel like the results are never what you want it to be, okay? The Chariot in reverse could be a tough energy to cope with, because you feel like you're kind of experiencing the same thing over and over again. I could be picking up on maybe repetitive, behavioral patterns, or just you feel like it's always a repetitive cycle with this person. Or maybe even for others of you, it could be that you feel like you always end up, in square one when it comes to this connection. And so you want some sort of change here. So, I see that your person's very upset that things are moving extremely slow, if at all, right? So, because the Chariot either talks about very slow moving energy, in reverse, of course, or it talks about just things not moving at all. Okay. Now, this also talks about, questioning, is there going to be progress, or is there a desire for progress? Like, hear me out, Capricorn. Maybe some of the things that you guys are mutually thinking is like, okay, well, if it's so stagnant right now, do we still have this drive for this? Do we still have this? Is the passion still here? Because if it is, right, what's taking so long to get things off the ground or get things moving? This could be your question towards your, some questions you have towards your person here, or vice versa. But essentially, it's a lot of doubting surrounding the passion here, or the drive, because it's like, okay, well, if the emotions, the passion, the drive is here, why are things still at a standstill? Right? Okay. I do feel that if there is an opportunity to open up here, or solve things, there is this need, or I should say desire, to kind of let guards down in one way or another. Whether this is you and your energy, Capricorn, or your person's, the Seven of Wands in reverse is kind of prompting, the energy that's guarded to be like, okay, you know what, it's time for me to let my guards down. It's time for me to be more open. So essentially what I see here is if your person is trying to restore balance between the both of you, they think the first step is to be more open with you. If it's not blocked communication, it's just someone who's a bit more closed off. And I'm not surprised we have the Seven of Wands in reverse, because when we touch on the moon with suppressed emotions, obviously we're in this energy of your person feeling like, hey, I need to express what I've suppressed for this long, right? So with that Seven of Wands, in reverse, it's someone who wants to be more open. This could be someone who was dishonest in the past, who wants to now, come clean about something or clear things up, that sort of thing. But essentially, guys, I do see that your person is regretting holding things back from you. They also feel very alone, or they have this empty feeling, or some sort of void here, that they feel like the only way they can fix that is by being open. So whether it's telling you what's wrong, whether it's, if they're upset about something, then fixing that void would be telling you what's wrong, right? And if it's not, them being upset, it could be that they're holding so many emotions back here, right? That they want to express that to you in order to feel better. Maybe they feel empty because they know how much they feel for you here, but they're keeping it suppressed. So it's like, if you don't know how they feel, they may be thinking that, hey, that could be the very reason why they're thinking you're, kind of where your passion lies, or if you still have the same drive to pursue this as you once did. Okay. Ace of Wands. For some of you, the main thing you could be questioning is, okay, is this going to be like a very in and out or fickle behavior? Like, hear me out. If we are talking about repetitive cycles here, Capricorn, the main question at hand could be that Knight of Swords in reverse. If we do fix things now, is it going to go back to a place where we end up where we are right now at a standstill? Or B, is it going to be where you say something to get in my good graces, but it's still going to be that in and out fickle energy? A lot of you are having a hard time trusting this person because you're not completely sure of their intentions, or when they express, their emotions to you, you feel like because their actions don't, go hand in hand with what they say, it causes some sort of doubt, right? So the main thing you can be questioning is, hey, are you actually able to make a decision, and a firm decision at that, and stand by it, right? And for others of you, this could be someone who is wanting to, again, rekindle something after an argument or a harsh exchange of words. Again, if it's not an argument, it's someone who has a lot of regret for being indecisive in the past, being very in and out with you, maybe only communicating with you when it's convenient for them, right? Someone who just feels like they weren't truly themselves around you, or they were themselves, but they could have been more authentic, in a sense of there's a lot that they kept suppressed, right? This is someone who could have opened up to you kind of little by little, right? But definitely someone with a lot of layers, right? So they feel like they need to kind of reveal more to you. They just have some sort of regret associated with not telling you enough, whether it's because they were dishonest, or whether it's because, there were things that they weren't comfortable telling you at the time. Okay, the Chariot in reverse. What's that about? Sorry about that, guys. Chariot in reverse. So mutually, there's this like back and forth energy. Many of you think that this is not something that is going to be successful, and I'll tell you why, Capricorn. I feel like the reason why you feel that way is because things are at a standstill right now. Just remember, guys, energies, they're fluid, so everything is subject to change here. But my point is, with the Chariot in reverse, a lot of you are losing hope because of how long things have been stagnant for. Or if it's not stagnant and you guys are speaking, you're like, okay, we're speaking, but that's not enough. Why am I waiting on a commitment for what feels like weeks or months, or maybe years for some of you, right? But the main thing here is you feel like, I don't know if I can have victory with you because things are at a standstill. Okay. Six of Wands in reverse is also someone feeling like misunderstood. You could feel unacknowledged because the Six of Wands upright, guys, it essentially talks about being celebrated. And if it's not celebrated by many people, it's celebrated for many different reasons. So you definitely feel, that your emotions are not being acknowledged in one way or another. Okay, you guys could feel that your person is misunderstanding or perceiving you in the wrong way. Maybe this person is just feeling like you are not speaking to them, or you don't want to work on things because you don't care anymore. But maybe on the flip side, it's like, no, it's not that I don't care. I actually care a lot, but I don't want to invest all my time in something if I'm not going to receive it back or have it reciprocated, right? Okay, Seven of Wands in reverse. I just see this desire to restore balance, but there's also this negative thought attached here, like, okay, well, if we weren't able to do it for this long, how can we do it now? That sort of thing. Or maybe, you are looking for opportunities elsewhere, or you're just moving on because you feel that, hey, I no longer want to wait on something that I don't know if it's going to happen for sure, right? Like, thinking about the potential of something is great, but being attached to it is not, right? Because how do you know that that's going to, manifest in your future, especially if there isn't any practical effort being put forward in order to attain that, right? So I feel like you have more of a realistic approach right now. You're like, okay, it's not that I'm thinking about it in a completely negative way, although, I'm not going to sit here and plant, hopes in my mind that maybe are going to result in me being disappointed. Okay, Seven of Wands in reverse. Some of you may be involved with the Virgo, but I do see that this period of isolation or this period of being alone to, attain some sort of enlightenment is going to, continue to happen. I feel like whether this is your energy, you choosing to be on your own, I just feel like you guys want to, it could be that you know what it is that you want, so you're not willing to settle for something or like a maybe kind of situation, right? If that makes sense. It's almost like, okay, you're kind of looking at the situation as, okay, this definitely has potential, but, I know what I know, right? Or I know or something now that you didn't know then is the best way for me to explain it. Either way, you're sure of what you want. And you're willing to be on guard, kind of put your guards down and see things for what they are. But when you have the Hermit there, you're still very cautious. As far as your person goes, pretty much a very similar energy, someone who's very cautious about, what they want to say, how they want to be perceived at this time. But this person may feel like, you're on a journey on your own, or like you have your back turned towards them. They may feel like you still think about them, or the emotions are there. Of course, feelings don't leave overnight. But I do see that this person feels very isolated, or they feel very alone. It's almost like thinking about you and thinking about their emotions for you, but they feel like there's like they're having a hard time communicating it, yes, but they're also wondering if about your emotions, and this becomes very contradicting in their mind, because it's like wanting to express your emotions but then fearing rejection, that sort of thing. Now the Hermit also talks about enlightenment after a period of maybe avoiding thinking about things or acknowledging things that need to be acknowledged here. So I feel like your person could be going through this phase or the stage here where they're realizing things that they were running from in the past. So my wonderful Capricorns, that is what I'm getting for you guys this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.